The great hall of House Aurelian rang with cruel laughter. Allara stood alone on the cold marble. Her plain gray gown looked dull against her sister's shimmering silks. Flames danced at their fingertips. Illusions swirled like living paintings. Winds whispered secrets. Allara had none of it. She was a null. A void in a world ruled by power. Her father's voice cut like ice. Take her. She is useless. No magic means no heirs, no alliances. Trade her to the Shadow King and be done with it. The nobles sneered. Her sisters smirked behind jeweled fans. Allara lifted her chin. She refused to cry. Then the air turned to midnight. He waited on the obsidian throne, Valor Nightshade, the Shadow King, ancient, terrifyingly beautiful, jet-black hair streaked with silver, eyes like fractured amethysts. Scars that spoke of a curse splitting his soul. Regal king by day, savage shadow beast by night. His voice was velvet over steel. I have no need for beauty that fades, no use for a mind without power, no desire for a voice that carries no magic. Allara's heart slammed. Then why take me? Valor rose. Shadows coiled at his feet like living smoke. A primal hunger flickered in his gaze. But the veil demands balance, and you are empty enough to survive it. He stepped closer. From this night forward, at midnight, you will enter the veiled sanctum. You will stand before the shadow within. Reveal one hidden truth about yourself. No lies, no omissions. Entertain the beast with your honesty, or the veil will claim one of your memories forever. His eyes darkened. Do not run. If you flee, the curse consumes us both. A massive obsidian door carved with writhing shadow dragons materialized. It creaked open, revealing swirling darkness, where something enormous shifted scales, like midnight stars, wings of pure shadow, eyes glowing with feral intelligence. Allara's breath caught. The beast was already watching her. Valor's lips curved into a cold smile. Tonight begins your first truth, little null. Enter, and pray the beast finds you entertaining. The door slammed shut behind her. Midnight bells tolled. In the suffocating dark, a low, guttural growl echoed deep, possessive, and ancient. And Allara realized with chilling certainty she had been traded away as worthless. But the most dangerous creature in the realm had just chosen her. Episode 1. Allara's footsteps echoed softly in the veiled sanctum. The door slammed shut with finality. The darkness was alive. It swirled around her ankles like cold smoke, brushing her skin with a touch that was both icy and warm. A low growl rumbled through the floor and into her bones, curious, hungry, waiting. I am here, she said, voice steady. As commanded. The growl softened into a deep purr. A shape formed in the shadows ahead, massive, scaled, wings folded against a powerful body, two glowing amethyst eyes fixed on her. Speak your truth, little null, one hidden truth, or the veil takes a memory. Allara swallowed hard. My name is Allara, and my first truth is this. I have spent every day pretending the emptiness inside me doesn't matter. Pretending that being without magic doesn't make me less than my sisters, but it does. It always has. The shadows stilled. The beast tilted its head. Those glowing eyes narrowed. Another truth. Deeper. I fear I will die without ever being truly seen, she whispered. Not for what I cannot do, but for who I am. My family saw only what was missing. I have always wondered if anyone could ever look at me and see something worth keeping. Silence stretched. Then the beast lowered its great head until its snout was close. Hot breath washed over her, carrying smoke and night-blooming flowers. One wing extended slightly, shielding her from the cold. You speak with courage, null. Most lie on their first night. They lose pieces of themselves before dawn. Allara met those eyes. And what of you? Are you the king, or only the beast? A deep chuckle vibrated through her chest. I am both. And neither. The curse split what was once whole. By day I wear the crown. At night, this form hungers for truth. The beast shifted closer. A single claw hovered near her cheek, sharp yet careful. You intrigue me, little null. Most tremble and beg. You speak as though you have already accepted the dark. Allara felt a strange warmth bloom in her chest. One more truth before the night ends, it murmured. I am afraid that if I am ever truly seen, I will not be enough. even for a beast. The sanctum quieted. Sleep now, Allara. The veil accepts your truths tonight. No memories taken. Exhaustion crashed over her. She sank to the floor. The last thing she felt was shadow wings folding around her like a warm blanket. When she woke at false dawn, the beast was gone. In its place lay a single black scale the size of her palm. It shimmered with inner starlight and felt warm to the touch. Allara slipped it into her pocket. She had survived the first night. But as she stepped toward the door, a new realization settled over her. The beast had not simply spared her. It had listened. And something in those fractured amethyst eyes had looked at her emptiness and found it beautiful. Outside, the Shadow King waited, calm as if nothing had happened. Well, little Null, you returned in one piece. Tell me, what truths did you feed my beast last night? Allara met his gaze and smiled, small and defiant. That, my king, is a truth for another midnight. But the second midnight would pull her deeper than she ever imagined. Episode 2. Allara stepped out of the sanctum into pale twilight. The black scale rested warm in her pocket, a secret reminder of protective wings. Her body ached, yet her mind felt lighter. The Shadow King sat on his obsidian throne, cold and unreadable. You returned without screaming. Most do not last past the first truth. What did you feed the beast? Allara lifted her chin. That is a truth for another midnight, my king. A flicker crossed his face, amusement or annoyance. He dismissed her with a wave. Servants led her to a modest chamber. She collapsed into dreamless sleep for the first time in years. When midnight bells tolled again, the darkness welcomed her like an old friend. You returned, little Null. The voice rolled into her mind, rich with anticipation. Speak. One hidden truth. Deeper than before. Allara drew courage from the memory of wings. Last night you shielded me while I slept. That was kind. My truth tonight is this. I have never been protected by anyone, not my family. They saw my lack of magic as weakness to trade away. I learned to protect myself with silence. But deep down, I have always longed for someone strong enough to stand between me and the world, without asking me to change. The beast emerged more clearly. Midnight scales caught faint light like scattered stars. It circled her slowly. Many crave protection. Few admit they fear the cost. What cost do you fear most, Allara? I fear that if someone protects me, they will eventually see the emptiness and regret it. The beast lowered its head. Hot breath washed over her. One clawed limb rested beside her, close but not touching. You speak of emptiness as if it is only lack, yet your words eased a hunger that has gnawed at me for centuries. Most bring lies. You bring truth. It is rare. Allara reached out and brushed one massive claw. It was warm and pulsed faintly. A low, contented rumble vibrated through the beast. She whispered her next truth. I am afraid I am starting to look forward to these nights, to speaking with you, even though you could end me in a single breath. The beast's eyes softened. Its wing curved around her like a shield. The night passed in quiet exchange. She shared her lonely childhood. The beast offered fragments of its cursed betrayal, a ritual gone wrong, centuries of isolation. As false dawn crept in, the beast settled beside her. Sleep, little Null. You have given enough tonight. Only connection made. When she woke, another gift waited, a small polished shard of shadow crystal that glowed softly. Allara slipped it beside the scale. Outside, Valor's expression held new intensity. The beast grows, attached. Tell me, Allara, are you beginning to see the monster behind the crown? She met his gaze with a secret smile. I am beginning to see that the monster and the king may both be lonely. And perhaps, neither is as monstrous as the world believes. Valor's eyes narrowed, but the corner of his mouth twitched. Careful, little Null. The nights grow longer, the truths grow heavier. Allara turned to leave, then paused. Then I will give them, because for the first time, someone is listening. But the third midnight would test whether that listening would turn into something far more dangerous. Episode 3. The third midnight arrived faster than Allara wanted. The gifts in her pocket felt heavier, now silent witnesses to the growing pull. The door opened. The growl came immediately, lower and rougher. You grow bolder with each night, little Null. Hunger edged the voice. Speak your truth. Make it count. The veil grows impatient. Alara's pulse quickened. My truth tonight is that I am starting to fear these nights not because of what you might do to me, but because of what I am starting to feel when I am near you. I should want to run. Yet when the bells toll, part of me looks forward to stepping into this darkness. The shadows churned. The beast pushed closer, wings half spread. You play a dangerous game, Allara. Truths like that feed the beast more than they soothe it. Your emptiness calls to my fractured soul. The more you give, the more I want. Allara stood her ground. Then tell me what you want from me, because I am tired of pretending I am not affected. I felt your wing around me. I felt safe. The beast lowered its snout near her hair. I want what the curse forbids me to take easily. Your complete surrender. Not out of fear, but out of choice. Allara placed her palm against its warm chest. The heartbeat thundered unevenly. My next truth. I am afraid if I keep coming back, I will stop wanting to leave at dawn. The beast pulled back sharply. Wings snapped open. A frustrated rumble escaped. You test my control, null. If you speak such words again, I may not be able to stop myself from claiming what your emptiness offers so freely. Allara lifted her chin. Then perhaps the king should answer for why he sent me here knowing this would happen. The night stretched with charged silence. She shared smaller truths. The beast revealed more of its pain. As dawn approached, the beast watched her with burning eyes. You have given much tonight, but hear this warning. The closer we grow, the harder the curse will fight back. Next night may demand a truth that breaks one of us. When she left, a single black feather from its wing waited near the door. Outside, Vaylor's eyes held a storm. The beast grows restless. It speaks of you even during the day. Are you trying to tame the monster, or awaken something the king cannot control? Allara met his gaze. I am only speaking the truths you commanded. If that unsettles you, perhaps you fear what the beast already knows, that maybe the null is not the empty one after all. Vaylor stepped closer, the smoky scent surrounding her. Be careful what you awaken, little null. Some hungers, once fed, cannot be leashed again. The dance had become dangerous, and with each midnight, the line between fear and desire grew thinner. Episode 4. The fourth midnight came with a storm brewing over the night realm. Thunder rolled across the floating islands. The door opened. The darkness churned restlessly. You should not have challenged the king this morning, little null. The voice slammed into her mind, raw with frustration. He fights me harder now. Allara stood tall. My truth tonight is simple and terrifying. I no longer dread the moment the bells toll. I dread the moment they stop, and I have to leave. I am starting to crave the sound of your voice, the warmth of your scales, the way you listen as if my emptiness is not a flaw but a space you want to fill. The beast burst fully into view, wings spread wide, scales rippled with power. You tempt fate with such honesty. The voice thickened with restraint. I want to pull you close. I want to wrap you in shadow until nothing exists but us. But if I lose control, the veil could take far more than a memory. Allara stepped forward. Then stop holding back. Tell me what the beast truly wants tonight. The beast lunged, stopping just short of pinning her. One forelimb slammed down on either side, caging her. Heat poured off its body. Hot breath brushed her neck. I want to taste your honesty on my tongue. I want to feel your heart race for me. I want to claim the null who was thrown away, and make her mine in every way the king forbids. Allara pressed her hand to its chest. Then my next truth is that I am terrified, and I have never wanted anything more. For one suspended moment, everything stilled. The beast shuddered. You are breaking me, little null, piece by piece. Suddenly the veil struck back. Shadows turned icy. Cracks appeared along the beast's scales, leaking dark tendrils. The beast roared in pain and pulled away. The curse fights our closeness. It demands sacrifice now, pain, proof. Next night, it may force one of us to bleed for the other. False dawn pushed her toward the door. A broken claw tip slid across the floor toward her. Take it, a piece of me. To remind you the beast bleeds too. Allara picked it up with shaking hands. Outside, Vaylor looked wrecked. A thin line of blood trickled from his mouth. A matching cut marked his arm. You push us both to the edge, he said hoarsely. Are you willing to bleed for a monster who cannot even protect you from himself? Allara met his gaze. I am willing to find out if the monster is worth bleeding for, because tonight I realized I am no longer trading my truths for survival. I am trading them for you. The dance had become deadly, and she was no longer sure she wanted to stop. Episode 5. The fifth midnight arrived under a blood-red moon. Allara approached the door, her pouch of gifts heavy at her side. 4 nights had changed everything. She no longer entered as a traded null. She entered craving the darkness. The sanctum roared with restless energy. Lightning-like cracks split the air. Allara. The beast's voice crashed into her mind, fractured and urgent. You came. The curse is awake now. It wants blood tonight. My truth tonight is that I am terrified of what is happening between us, but I refuse to turn back. I dreamed of your wings. I woke reaching for scales that were not there. I am falling, and I do not know if I will survive the landing. The beast exploded from the shadows, larger and wilder. Cracks ran across its scales, wings torn at the edges. You should run. Allara walked straight toward it. If the curse wants blood, it can have mine. I would rather bleed here with you than live safely, without ever knowing what it feels like to be truly wanted. The beast lunged and pressed her gently but firmly against the wall. One wing slammed down on either side, caging her completely. One drop of your blood could bind us forever, or tear us apart. Allara placed her hands on either side of its jaw. Then take what you need, but show me the king inside the beast. Let me see the part of you that still hopes. A talon grazed her arm. Blood welled. The sanctum exploded with power. The beast roared in agony as dark energy poured from its wounds toward her cut. Allara pressed her bleeding arm to its chest. Take it. I choose this. I choose you. Their essences mixed in a painful, intimate loop. The voice fractured into 2 tones, beast and king together. You bleed for us. You are the bridge. The pain eased into warm connection. Wings folded around her in a full embrace. Foreheads rested together. Allara felt tears slip down her cheeks. I am not afraid anymore, not of you, only of losing this. The beast's scales began to knit slightly. You have given more than truth tonight. You have given blood. Tomorrow night it will demand the final price. One of us must fully surrender, or the veil will take everything. A new gift waited. A small vial of liquid shadow mixed with flecks of her blood. Outside, Valor looked equally wrecked. A matching cut slowly closed on his arm. You bled for the beast, he said roughly. By the 6th night, it may force a choice neither of us can take back. Allara stepped closer. Then let the 6th night come, because I am no longer trading truths or blood. I am trading my heart, and I think you are both starting to trade yours in return. 5 nights had passed. The 6th midnight would decide if their bond would save them, or destroy them both. Episode 6. The 6th midnight brought unnatural silence. Allara walked to the door with her gifts pressed close. The vial felt alive against her skin. She knew tonight would demand everything. The sanctum was pitch black. Only a pair of amethyst eyes glowed in the center. Allara, you should have stayed away tonight. The curse no longer wants truths. It wants complete surrender. My truth tonight is the hardest one yet. I am no longer afraid of losing myself. I am afraid of never knowing what we could become together. I want both of you, all of you, even if it breaks me. The beast knelt in the darkness, wings drooping, scales cracked wider. If I lose control tonight, the beast will mark you, bind you. There will be no going back. Allara stopped a few feet away. Then I offer my surrender, not out of fear, because I choose you, both of you. She uncorked the vial and poured the shimmering liquid onto the largest crack across the beast's chest. The reaction was violent. The beast roared. Shadows wrapped around Allara like ropes and lifted her against its chest. The voice stormed in her mind. You are ours. This bond will destroy us. This bond will save us. Stay. Run. Choose. Allara wrapped her arms around its neck. I choose both. Take what you need. Mark me if you must. Claws gripped her waist carefully. Fangs grazed her neck, trembling with restraint. Mine. Pain and pleasure blurred as the curse tried to tear them apart and fuse them together. Allara cried out, but pressed closer. Slowly, the chaos settled. Cracks glowed with starlight. The leaking shadow reversed. The voice steadied. You have given everything tonight. The curse has weakened. We are closer to whole. But on the 7th night, the veil will force the ultimate choice. One of us must fully submit, or the bond will shatter. A new gift appeared. A single gleaming healed scale that pulsed in time with her heartbeat. Allara kissed the beast's snout softly. I will be here for the 7th night, no matter what it demands. Outside, Valor looked transformed. The cold mask had cracked. His eyes burned with hunger and longing. You offered surrender, he said hoarsely. The beast wants to claim you completely. The king wants to protect you from that claim. The curse is tearing me in two. Allara touched his face. Then stop fighting each other. On the 7th night, let us face the choice together. Because I am no longer just surviving the midnight bells. I am living for them. 6 nights had passed. The 7th would be the breaking point. Episode 7. The 7th midnight fell like judgment. The night realm was deathly quiet. Allara entered the sanctum with steady steps. The gifts pulsed against her heart. Tonight the veil wanted everything. The beast stood tall in a clear circle, wings half spread, scales glowing faintly. Allara. Tonight the veil demands the final price. One of us must fully surrender king or beast, or the bond will shatter and drag us both into oblivion. Allara stepped into the circle. Then my truth tonight is the deepest one. I love you. Not the king alone, not the beast alone. I love the broken, powerful, lonely soul that is both. I choose all of you, even if it destroys me. The beast shuddered. A translucent outline of the king appeared beside it. You force the choice. The beast wants to claim you. The king wants to set you free. We cannot both win. Allara placed one hand on the beast's warm chest and reached toward the king's form. Then let me be the bridge. I offer my complete surrender. My heart, my emptiness. Fill it with both of you. Shadow and light collided. For one chaotic moment she was held by scales and skin at once. Hot breath on one side of her neck, cool lips on the other. The whirlwind roared. Pain flared as the curse fought viciously. I choose you, she shouted. Both of you. Stay with me. Suddenly everything went silent. The two forms merged into one solid Valor. Faint midnight scales traced his shoulders and arms. His eyes glowed with both king and beast. You did it, Allara. The curse is broken. We are one again. Because of you. Tears slipped down her cheeks as she clung to him. Valor cupped her face. You gave everything. Your blood, your truths, your heart. The veil has accepted the sacrifice, but the final test is not over. On the 8th night, the court will see what we have become. They will try to tear us apart again. A delicate chain of shadow and starlight appeared, holding the healed scale like a pendant. It settled around her neck. Outside, the merged Valor pulled her into his arms. You saved us. But the 8th night will bring new danger. The nobles will not accept a null queen. Allara looked up at him. Then we face them together, king and beast, monster and null, because I no longer belong to the emptiness. I belong to you. 7 nights had passed. The curse was broken. But the greatest danger was only just beginning. Episode 8. The 8th midnight arrived like a declaration of war. Word had spread. The null had healed the Shadow King. The court was furious. Valor met her outside the sanctum and pulled her close. They will challenge us tonight. The sanctum may show visions of what could tear us apart. Hold on to your choice no matter what you see. Inside, the merged Valor stayed with her. The darkness was calm, but watchful. The curse is broken, but the veil still demands proof that our bond can withstand the world. Shadows rose and formed living visions. First, her father and sisters laughing cruelly. She will drag the Shadow King down. He will grow tired of her emptiness. Allara tightened her grip on Valor's hand. That is no longer my truth. You threw me away. He chose me. I am enough. The vision shattered. Second, the nobles shouting. She brings no power. She will weaken the realm. Valor growled. Your emptiness balances my power. They see only lack. I see strength. Allara spoke clearly. I do not need magic to stand beside him. I have courage. I have love. And I have the heart that healed what centuries of power could not. The final vision showed Valor alone on his throne years from now. Allara forgotten and broken. You will grow tired of her mortal fragility. Allara felt the old fear rise, but she refused to look away. My final truth is that I will never be the emptiness that drags him down. I am the bridge that makes him whole, and if the day ever comes when he doubts that, I will fight for us both until he remembers. She turned to Valor. I choose you, every night, every dawn. even if the entire realm stands against us." The visions collapsed. Valor pulled her into a deep, claiming kiss that carried both kingly passion and beastly hunger. "You passed the veil's test. Our bond is stronger than their hatred. But the court waits outside. They will try to force me to reject you publicly." They stepped out together. The grand hall was packed with hostile nobles. A silver-haired lord stepped forward. "My king, this null has bewitched you. Send her away before she weakens us all." Valor's voice rang with primal warning. "She is not my weakness. She is my balance. She bled for me. She healed me. Any who challenge her, challenges me." Allara stepped forward. "You traded me away because I had nothing. Now I stand here with everything that matters. Love, courage, and the heart of your king." Valor raised their joined hands. "The null is my queen. The bond is sealed." The hall erupted in murmurs, but no one dared oppose them openly. In a shadowed alcove, Valor whispered roughly, "You were magnificent, but the court will not stop. Tomorrow night they may try something more desperate." Allara leaned into him. "I am ready, because for the first time, I am not facing the darkness alone." 8 nights had passed. The bond was public, but the realm itself was now the greatest threat. Episode 9. The 9th midnight felt like the calm before a killing storm. Valor pulled her into a fierce embrace. "They are planning something tonight. Some lords have allied with your old family. They want to sever our bond. Stay close." Inside the sanctum, the air felt charged for battle. The court has grown bold. Tonight the veil will test whether our bond can survive their schemes. A portal opened, showing the nobles in secret. Her father spoke coldly. "The null has poisoned the king's mind. We must strike tonight. Use the old blood ritual. Force the king to see her emptiness again. The beast will turn on her." Allara felt Valor's arm tighten. A low growl rumbled in his chest. Shadowy illusions of the nobles attacked with dark blades. Valor shifted partially, wings bursting as he fought them off. Allara held her pendant high. Its light flared, pushing back the shadows. One blade slashed toward her. Valor took the hit. Fresh cracks spiderwebbed across his scales. "No," Allara threw herself against him. "Remember me. Remember my blood. Remember my surrender. You are whole because of us." Her touch slowed the cracks. A real severance blade materialized between them. "The court sent this. One of us must take the cut willingly." Allara reached for it. Valor caught her wrist. She met his eyes. "Trust me as I trusted you. We are one now." She made a shallow cut on her palm, then pressed the blade to his chest over his heart. Together, their combined blood neutralized the magic. The blade dissolved. Valor claimed her mouth in a kiss burning with relief and raw need. "The veil has accepted our bond as unbreakable, but the court will strike openly on the 10th night. They plan to challenge me for the throne." A ring forged from the dissolved blade appeared. Valor slipped it onto her finger. "This seals our promise, Queen of the Night Realm." 9 nights had passed. The bond was unbreakable. The final battle awaited at the 10th midnight. Episode 10. The 10th midnight arrived as the final reckoning. The entire Night Realm gathered in the Grand Hall. Tension crackled in the air. Allara walked beside Valor, fingers tightly intertwined. He cupped her face. "Whatever happens tonight, know this, you are my queen. You healed what was broken. You taught me that emptiness can be the greatest strength. I love you, Allara. With every part of my soul, king and beast alike." She kissed him deeply. "And I love you, both of you, completely. Let's show them what we have become." They entered the sanctum together. The veil shimmered expectantly. Projections of the entire court appeared, faces filled with scorn. The silver-haired lord boomed, "Shadow King, reject this null now, or we challenge your rule. She brings no power." Valor raised their joined hands. "She bled for me. She surrendered for me. She faced the curse when no one else dared. Her emptiness is not weakness. It is the balance that makes me whole." A circle of starlight formed around them. The veil poured ancient magic into their bond, flashing every moment of rejection, truth, sacrifice, and kiss. Allara held him tightly. "We are one, king and beast, null and queen. Nothing can break us now." The light peaked, then softened into warm golden glow. The veil accepted them. A crown of shadow and starlight materialized and settled on Allara's brow. The court gasped. Valor smiled with fierce pride. She is crowned, she is queen, and any who still oppose her will answer to both the king and the beast within me. He unleashed a controlled roar. Wings flared. The nobles staggered, then knelt one by one. The veil spoke gently in their minds. The bond is sealed. The null has become the light in the darkness. Rule wisely, Queen Allara. The projections faded. Valor dropped to one knee and pressed a kiss to her hand. You turned rejection into a crown. From this night forward, you will never be traded away again. You are my everything. Allara pulled him up into her arms. We did it together. I was never empty. I was waiting for you. They shared a deep, passionate kiss as the first true dawn in centuries broke over the night realm. Eternal twilight lifted, bathing the floating islands in soft golden light. In the days that followed, Allara stood beside Valor as queen. Her old family was banished. New alliances formed through balance, not just power. And every midnight, even though the ritual was no longer required, they returned to the veiled sanctum together, not out of duty, but out of love. There, in the place where it all began, the king and the beast would hold their queen, whispering truths and promises that would last forever. And that brings our story to a beautiful close. If you enjoyed this journey of the Null girl who was traded away but healed the Shadow King and became queen, please show your support. Give this video a big like, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next dark romantasy story filled with knightly rituals, powerful bonds, and unforgettable love. Let me know in the comments below which night was your favorite. Did the merging moment or the final court confrontation give you chills? Would you like more stories like this with Dragon Shadow Kings, forced proximity, or rejected heroines who rise to power? Drop your thoughts, I read every comment. Thank you for listening all the way to the end. Your support means everything and helps bring more addictive stories to life. Until the next midnight. Sweet dreams.